Have you worked on many Beethoven sonatas before? 11 sonatas you've worked on? Okay, because I was going to say this would not be someone's first 10 sonatas probably. This is something that you play when you have spent a lot of time with Beethoven and you understand his language. Late Beethoven is very hard to understand. And it's very unusual, and it's so detailed. And so I think we should go through it. I want to work on some of the details. You're following a lot of what Beethoven wrote. Sometimes you're doing a little bit differently than he wrote, as far as dynamics, as far as phrasing. But the hardest part about this piece may be not the technical stuff, but something like the beginning. Very hard to play. Very hard to have immediately find the beauty of this first measure. From the first note you play, I noticed the way you approached it, you were very careful about starting. And you got your fingers close to the keys and then it came out. Now, I think the first note has to be like an exhale rather than a starting. It has to come from something that is happening before the chaos of the world, and then finally, yeah. So let's find a way to embody that idea of this first note is a relaxation. So tense up before, but don't tense into the music. Put your fingers approximately where you're going to play, and then take a breath. And not so much like you're going to hit the note, but something along the lines of, sink into it rather than, don't bring it out of the piano, sink down into it. So that means floating up a little bit, notice what you do when I move your arm up, your fingers went like this. Keep your fingers resting in the keys. And then sink. That's the idea. So you're sinking this way. And just let it fall. Down. That's more like it, yes. And so the first sound, relax, and then yum, bum. And then the second note is a response to that. So you go down, and then yum, bum. And then it's an up, down. So down, up, down, down, up, down. Something like that. You have to choreograph it with your arms and your hands. Try the first two measures. Not so much. Don't give yourself an upbeat. Just breathe down. Too strong, a little bit. Relax, yeah. And the first note, even a little bit longer. something about Beethoven's style. Whenever he crescends to a piano, you have to pretend you're going somewhere different than what happens. Da da yam, ba da da, and stop. You know, someone that watched Beethoven perform actually said when he crescendoed, he would crescendo and then suddenly stop, and then take a breath, then play piano. So it's not how we normally think of da 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 da. It's not in time. Try it from here now. Relax down it. So not this type of energy. Yeah. Da, da. No, take more time between each note. Da da da. Up and down more for each one. Da, da, da. It's too nice. It's got what he's doing with the crescendo in Beethoven, it's a growing of intensity of feeling. It's not a da da da. That's crescendoing without feeling. But crescendoing with feeling involves something like between the notes. Dum, dum, bum. Yeah, which is, you can't do by just, you can't do it by sound only. You've got to do it by, you want it to be more and more exciting. Yeah. Better. Now, if you're my student, we're working on this sort of thing every lesson of you coming out and being more open about giving more and doing too much. Now do it one more time, do it way too much. It's not even close to too much. Now, can I show you what may be too much? Too much. But it's easy to come back when you know what too much is, then it's easy to flatten it. And there's something that remains from the feeling of doing too much. It remains when you take it down a little. But if you start, there's nothing intense about it. Do way too much, like I did. More. Oh, that's more right than how you did it the first time. I hardly ever hear students that do too much with the dynamics. People always do too little. So, in your practicing, exaggerate even more. And you'll find something inside you that I taught a student earlier today, and I kept asking her to do more and more, and she was a little bit not breathing when she played. And then I said, more, and she went, and I was like, there it is. Because that was a whole body response. Go one more time, and going on now. We'll go on to the next measure and the transition into the theme. More time. Let there be silence before that note, yes? Da da da. But let there be silence. Don't blend them. You know what I mean? Take the pedal off before you play the next thing, I think. There could be more silence. And so do too much silence now. With every little thing, we're gonna do too much. Yeah, try it. mean by silence? No sound, let go of the pedal, let there be silent. No sound, no holding. Da da da, pedal off. Da da da. Off with the pedal. Interesting. Now, that's not exactly right, but this is, in your practicing, you want to do something that might feel unusual. It probably feels weird to do that, because you're not playing properly. According to maybe the rules of piano playing, you're not supposed to put a silence in between two measures without a break in between them, right? But who says you're not supposed to? Beethoven played that way, apparently. And the way he indicates it is by the end of the measure, for one, a crescendo to the end of the measure, and then a break in the phrase marking, and a new phrase marking. So there's a lot of freedom to do things like that. Now, go ahead and let's work on this little trill here. Da. Nice. Let's go on. Ya. Here is good. Here is not as good. Now the reason why it's not as good is because I think you're a little bit not firm in how to play that so that we hear the harmony every time, a pulsation. And hear all three notes every time. Let's try that left hand alone. Now, I see the problem is that you're lifting your fingers. Can you try, what if you did it here and kept your fingers there? But it's easier to play that way, isn't it? Then control it, dun, dun, dun. With the fingers, they're a little bit clumped. Fingers are not so reliable. But I would practice, if I were you, just your fingers and then doing this, bump, 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 little pulsations. We're going to work on that again when you get to this part, because that part needs to be bolder, stronger, but we're not there yet. So, together, I want to hear the harmony more with this right now. Let's do it. At the end of the crescendo, why does Beethoven write an SF on that last F? And it's the beginning of another phrase. So we are interpreters as pianists. That's our main job, even more than we are pianists. We want to understand the idea. So he crescendos, and then he just kind of decrescendos, or is there an extra something in that note? Even more than what you're doing. Try it. Good. Let me show you. I think it's your sforzandos a little bit nice. It's something like that's nice. But I think sometimes Beethoven needs to be a little bit insisting something. And everything you, that's where I'm going. And I can calm down. Too loud already? You've got a little bit. When you start the crescendo, the whole first measure of the crescendo should still be a little bit. It's starting, the crescendo is starting to bubble. It's not happening yet. So always at the beginning of a crescendo, it's, yes. It's starting to come out, yeah. That's the idea. Now, I still think when that you hit the F in the right way. Now, when you want to play loud, I wouldn't take your finger off the key because it's a little bit dangerous. You might miss the note. I would keep, and actually I would put even the fatter part of my finger. You'll never miss. I wouldn't play it with the tip of my fifth finger. I wouldn't play these E flat with this way. I would play it with this part. The reason why is, let me show you on your hand. The reason why is when you play with this part, it's easy to slip off actually, but you hear how fat that finger it feels when you play. Try the fourth finger on the E. Yes. Less directly down and more, and then you have to use a little bit, yes, you have to use a little, yes, there's a lot more power there, yes? And then, now, you are doing the right thing in that you are not taking a retardando there to but it's more important that you get the calming down from the sforzando to the piano, that the calming really happens. If that means taking a little time, it's okay. Ya da 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 da. Yeah, that's better. It's better. Start stronger. You're still, yeah. I might even consider doing a different finger than 5 as the climactic note. Yeah, something like that. Now maybe your teacher wants you to play with different hands here, yeah? Yes. I would disagree, but I'm not going to make you change it. But in general, when Beethoven wrote something and he didn't say to divide the hands, that's how he meant it to be played. He actually wanted you to play that with your right hand all the way. So if you want to try what Beethoven wants you to do, it might have a different sound. It might have a totally different effect that he wants from the difficulty. But let's fast forward a little bit. So these notes with the dots, what does the dot mean? In this case, I wouldn't say it's so much a staccato as this is the note to be emphasized, that this is the important note. D, D, E flat, F, 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 G, G, A flat, A, B flat, B flat, B natural. It's the note that is the most important note there. So I bring it out a little bit. It's not the shortest note, it should be the note that we hear, and the rest is just atmosphere, yeah? Start from here. I'm not hearing even the important line in there. Now, there is a diminuendo. So, crescendo, crescendo, A, B flat, B flat, B. And you know what I would do? I would take a break. I would take a little pause before starting the next. Ya da 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 da, because I like the idea. Da 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 da. Ya da da da. Something different. They're not connected. One more time, and try to do more diminuendo. You're working a little too hard with the 5 and the 2. Da 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 da. Don't work so hard. So it's not. I think the first note of each group is the impulse, and the rest are just so not da da da. Don't work too hard. One more time. How about just trying this last measure? Right hand beautifully. Now, how would you play the left hand if you played the left hand alone? Can you play it as if you are a violinist? Yada, 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 and you have to make it so expressive. Because Beethoven writes a phrase marking over both the right hand and the left hand. So the right hand, a lot of people bring out ya da da, but they don't bring out that this is a duet between your two hands. Ya ba da 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 da. You see? Play it like you are two players at once. With the right hand also down. So when you start the right hand, ya, the left hand also ya da. That rest has to have a little bit of da-da, da-da, ba-dum. It still sounds like it's one hand. It sounds like that. It's just something about the way you play the first one has to be da-dum. It has to be a little bit equal to what the right hand is. Yum ba-dum, yum ba-dum. This is one thing that you did that is different than what Beethoven wrote, which is, in the middle of a crescendo, you got quieter. Da, da. And it's interesting that sometimes in late Beethoven, Beethoven asks you to do things that don't seem right. And the reason why he writes a crescendo there is because if you didn't see the crescendo, if the crescendo wasn't there, you would be doing the right musical thing. Because it's ya da 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 da. Very natural. What you do. So what you do is very right. But Beethoven tells you to do something against your own instincts, which makes it interesting as a musician. You've got to you've got to somehow fight your own instinct and push through it. How do you do that? Maybe you got a little too loud to be. Can you sing through it? Try to get each, in a crescendo, each note a little louder than the one before. It can't come down. No, you're calming down. You've got to get more excited as you go. quiet on the downbeat here. Da 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 da. No. Da 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 da. Ya ya da 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 dum. And don't back off on the last note. Da 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 dum. And then you drop down to that note. So go all the way. Yes. Bravo. Very nice. In Beethoven, half of playing Beethoven well is having the courage to go all the way with his crescendos. And if you can do that, it's exciting. It's something like, oh, you're a brave performer. You're a brave performer for going all the way there. Because a lot of people back away because they don't want to show too much. They don't want to show too much feeling. They don't want to show Beethoven's idea, which is a little bit strange. Another instance of the sforzando that you do, the way you play it sounds very good. But dun 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 bam! It has to be like your head exploded in that last note. And then that's what takes us into this beautiful, open-hearted sort of celebration of life. The struggle, the trill, the anxiety, and we conquer it when we get to that sforzando. Yum! Instead of playing that sforzando on the B flat, instead of playing it with like a finger like the 4 or the 5, I would whack it with the thumb. Don't be afraid. It's Beethoven. Beethoven broke his own pianos because he played so forcefully. He always broke his piano. He always needed a new piano. It tells you something about his character. It has to be this way. You have to play that. And so try playing when you get there. Try whacking it with your thumb. That's okay. Bravo. When you do it and you really do it the first time, it's always the next thing you make a mistake. Not you, everyone. When you do something new, it's like, oh, I've never given that much, and then something falls apart. That means you did something right. That means you went farther than you're used to going. Now the next thing, when you could also do it on that low E flat if you want. Da 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 da, bomb. You could whack it with your thumb. And this stuff, pulsation of your wrist. Can you do just the left hand here? Da 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 dum. You could do it that way, if you want. Try now going on. Don't worry about getting here in time. It doesn't have to be ba-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. You could get into it. You could slow down a little bit there. Yeah. Afraid of it. Oh, when the last note can't be the softest. Because that's the one, da-yum. That's the next sforzando in the right hand. Now, let's do it with the right hand. What about the writes an unusual grouping. He writes da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. How do you do that? Do you do it with a fingering, or do you do it just by making the sound right? Imagining the sound. I would do it with a fingering. Something like that. Da-da-da-da-da-dum, bum. I would do 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Something like that. This is more right. Yes. Do it. Keep going. Keep going. Still, da da ba da ba yum. The still the same articulation. Yes, and then you have to go so far that the next thing. Let me sit for a second. Happen too quickly. This is the same thing in the Haydn I was talking about. You need more space. The idea that is reacting to the first idea, da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, da-dum, ba-da. There has to be a longer rest. And then, this is a, you almost scared yourself you went so far. Much too fast. It's not a chromatic scale. It's a something musical. Hear every note. Reacting to what you did by taking time, maybe from here, or maybe from here. The way you end, here's a 3-note group. You've got to end that phrase and then go on. It's okay to take time. Beautiful, beautiful. And I would take a breath there. Bum, off. Bum, bum. Rest. And then not touch it. Da, 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 da. Warmly, yes. Rising, rising. Don't. Yes. Yes. Here's another instance where Beethoven writes a crescendo going all the way here, and then suddenly piano. So don't die away here and play this perfectly in time. Now, this interesting thing about this section is, it's the same thing over and over again, right? Dum, bum, bum, ba, ba, dum, bum, 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 ba, da, dum, bum, 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 ba, da, dum, bum, 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 ba, da, dum. Now, you have to know which one is the first, which one is reacting. This one is first, and this one is, let's say, a response to that one. So you've got to play it like there's a dialogue going of, this is a question, Yum bum bum ba-da-dum. It's asking a question about life. Why does life have to be this way? You know, Beethoven was a very serious man. And then, what? So play that, ask it very seriously, the question, and then play this and tell me what kind of a response it is to this question. Right here. Is it an angry response? Is it a peaceful response? What kind of a response is that? If there's something more warm about it, isn't there? It's almost like da 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 da. Let's see the. Can I sit for a second? Just take the harmonies here. So. Beautiful. So it's maybe a kind of warm acceptance of something that is going wrong, and then again. You see? Here, it's interesting, we start with a more major version of the theme, and then we end up here with something that's kind of, how would you describe this one? How would you describe that one? What do you think? Sad? I think it's sad. I think the first one is tragedy, something acceptance of the difficulty, and then a little bit hopeful, and then losing hope again. So every one of these has an emotional content to it that you have to find for yourself, but then you have to communicate it. Can you play this section and play each part differently how you feel it? Strongly first, da-dum, ba-dum, bum. And then the second one you did, dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum. I think that's the right idea. To do the first one, this is how it has to be. And then the second one, but I can't do it. Something a little bit weak. Strong, weak. And Beethoven always works in twos like that. We have to stop there, unfortunately. But really nice working with you on Beethoven. I love this music. Do you love it? Good. Keep working at it.
Yes.
Okay. You're welcome.